Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Biren and in this video I am going to talk about the simple way through which I invest in the stock market. Also, I am going to show you my investment portfolio. So let's get started. There are two ways through which I invest in the stock market. The first one is mutual funds. We keep hearing a lot that mutual funds सही है, but क्या mutual funds actual में सही है? I'll talk about in this video. And the second method through which I invest in the stock market is directly buying the stocks of good companies. That would be the topic of discussion for the next video. So in this video, I would be covering what are mutual funds, what are the advantages of mutual funds, what are the different types of mutual funds available in the market. Then I'll also reveal my investment portfolio, which is more of a secret. And then in the end, there will be a bonus point for you. So इस वीडियो में बने रहिएगा because you will get to learn a lot from this video as well. Before I talk about the mutual funds, let me give you a brief introduction about the type of companies in the Indian stock market. There are broadly three types of companies in the Indian stock market: large cap, mid cap, small cap. So these companies are differentiated based on the size of the company, which is known as the market capitalization of the company. Market capitalization is basically what is the worth of a company in the Indian stock market. Large cap companies are the biggest companies of India. They have a market capitalization of more than 25,000 crores. These include market leaders and common household names. Some of the examples are HDFC Bank, TCS, Titan, Reliance, Asian Paints, etc. Then the second type of companies are the mid cap companies. These companies have market capitalization of 5,000 crores to 25,000 crores. These are the future market leaders of the Indian market. Some of the examples include Voltas, Relaxo, Dr. Lal PathLabs, TVS Motors, etc. Then comes the third type of companies, which are the small cap companies. These are very small companies that have a market cap of less than 5,000 crores. Some of the examples of small cap companies includes SpiceJet, VIP Industries, Raymond, etc. They have the potential to become mid cap or large cap companies in the future. But right now, because they are relatively small, they are in fact the smallest companies of Indian market, there is a high risk in investing in these companies. If you are someone who likes to do the research, you can invest into these three types of companies, large cap, mid cap and small cap, directly by buying the shares of these companies. But let's say you are a beginner, you don't know which companies to buy, you don't know when to buy, when to sell, you don't know how much quantity you want to buy. Then in that case, there is a really good route, which is a very simple route as well, known as mutual fund. Let me explain you about the mutual fund in a very simple term. Before starting with this video, I just had 2 pizzas in the dinner. One pizza was made at home by my wife because she's a fitness freak. So what she did was she went to the market, she bought all the groceries and vegetables required, the pizza base, the toppings, cheese, sauces, etc. And then she went online, watched some videos, looked into some recipes, and then she made a pizza out of it. Now I am not someone who'll do all of this by himself. So what I did was I went online and just ordered a pizza online. The pizza reached home within 30 minutes. So you can relate it to investing in the stock market. When you're doing all your research, you're doing everything on your own, it is as good as investing directly in the stock market. The second method would be hiring a professional company and then letting them invest on your behalf, which is the mutual fund route. These professional companies that invest on behalf of you, they are known as asset management companies. There are more than 40 asset management companies in India who run a variety of mutual funds. People like you and me who want to invest into the stock market, they pool in money into these funds. Now these AMCs, they have professional fund managers who have a good track record, who have the experience, who have the right skill set and education to invest. They keep on investing, they keep on buying and selling stocks on our behalf. Whatever returns they are able to generate, it gets distributed amongst all these people. Is it good to invest in a mutual fund? Let's find out. There are various advantages of investing in mutual funds. The first one is diversification. Because the mutual fund investing into a wide variety of companies probably more than 30, 40 or 50 companies, the diversification aspect reduces the risk. So it basically avoids a yes bank like situation wherein if you would have invested everything in just one stock, your entire money would have been eroded. So diversification is the most important element of mutual fund. The second advantage is that the investment requirement or the investment threshold is pretty low. Through SIP, you can consistently invest in a mutual fund on a particular day of the month. And this investment can be as low as 500 rupees as well. The third advantage is that your money is managed by the professionals. So these mutual fund houses, they hire these fund managers who are highly qualified and experienced to manage your money. These mutual funds also give you a lot of variety. You can choose either large cap, mid cap or small cap funds based on your risk profile. I'll cover that in the next section. The companies in which these mutual funds invest, all that information is made available to you on these AMC websites. With everything becoming digital, it's really easy to invest and you can probably open a fund within 15 minutes. Now there are three types of mutual funds. The first one is equity. These funds invest directly into the stock market. These are relatively high risk and high return funds as compared to the second category, which is debt funds. Debt funds are low risk, low return funds. These funds basically invest in the government bonds, securities and debentures. Then comes the third category, which is hybrid, and as the name suggests, it is a mix of two. Now I'm going to focus on the equity funds first. There are several categories within equity mutual funds. The first one is large cap. As the name suggests, these are large cap funds which invest into the large cap companies of the Indian stock market. Then comes the mid cap funds. These invest into the mid-sized companies of stock market. Then comes large and mid cap funds. They are basically a combination of both large and mid market cap size companies. Then there is small cap fund. Again, as the name suggests, these invest into the small companies. The multi-cap fund is a type of fund which invests across various market caps. So basically a combination of large, mid and small. Sectoral and thematic funds, they basically invest in a particular sector or a theme. For example, there can be a fund which invests majorly into energy or real estate sector. Thematic funds are those that invest into a particular theme. For example, electric vehicles are considered as the future of Indian automobile industry. So there could be a thematic fund based on that. ELSS funds translate into equity linked savings scheme. These are multi-cap funds, but they also offer you the tax saving advantage under the section 80C. So you can basically lower your taxable income by 1.5 lakh rupees just by investing in these ELSS funds. Then comes the last category within equity funds, which is index funds. All the funds that we talked about prior to index funds, they are the active funds. Active funds are basically the ones in which the fund managers, they take the decision of buying and selling a stock by themselves. So there can be subjectivity involved in that. Whereas index funds or the passive funds are those which basically track the benchmark. So there can be an index fund which is tracking the Nifty 50 index or the Nifty Next 50 index. Then comes the debt funds, which includes bonds, debentures, etc. Through these funds, you are basically giving a loan to companies which need money for further expansion or for various other purposes. These are a better alternate to fixed deposits and they can give you 1 to 2% higher return than FDs or maybe more. There are three types of debt funds. The first one is liquid fund, which has maturity within the next 90 days. Then comes ultra short duration fund, which has maturity within 90 days to 180 days. Then comes the low duration fund, which has maturity within the next 1 year. The last one is hybrid fund, and as I said, it is a mix of equity and debt. So we covered what are mutual funds, what are the advantages of mutual funds, and what are the different types of mutual funds. Before I jump to my portfolio, there are two important terms that I want you to know. The first one is expense ratio. Expense ratio is basically the commission charged by the mutual fund. So for example, let's say you are investing 100 rupees in a mutual fund. They'll charge 1 to 2% commission or expense ratio for this fund, which means that for their services, they would be charging 1 to 2 rupees and the rest, majority of the portion, which is 98 to 99 rupees, would be invested. The second term is direct versus regular funds. Direct funds, as the name suggests, are the ones in which you directly invest through the asset management company. In this case, the expense ratio generally varies between 0.5% and 1%. Regular funds are the ones in which you invest into the mutual fund through a mutual fund distributor or an advisor. So basically, you are investing with the AMC through an intermediary person who, for this purpose, is going to charge a bit of commission. So that is why the overall expense ratio or commission in case of regular funds, it turns out to be around 1 to 2%. This might sound a very small difference between direct and regular funds at the beginning, but if you look at the return over a very long period of time, this can lead to a substantial difference in the final return that you are going to get. So if you can do your research, I would definitely recommend you to go through the route of direct mutual funds. There are various methods available today to buy the direct mutual funds. You can use Zerodha Coin, Grow, Paytm, or even you can directly go to the asset management company's website to buy the direct mutual funds. When I started investing 4 years back, most of these apps were either not available or they were just getting built. So I straight away bought these funds from the asset management companies. I track these funds through a website called moneycontrol.com. You can create your portfolio for free on moneycontrol.com. Once you buy a fund, you just have to put a few inputs for this website to track your funds. But these days, you can directly invest through the apps which I mentioned before. So here you can see I have 5 funds in my portfolio. The performance analysis shows some of these funds are doing very good, some are doing good, and some are just doing average. Thankfully, there are no funds which are below average or relatively weak or either not ranked. CRISIL is a rating company which gives ranks to these mutual funds based on their performance. So here you can see that there are 2 schemes which are giving average performance, and then there are 3 schemes which are performing well. Now let me show you all the 5 funds that I hold. This is a CRISIL ranking, the fund category, and the returns that the fund generated in the last 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, as well as the last 3 years. You can see that these schemes are from various mutual fund houses like Axis, Motilal Oswal, Mirae, and L&T. Also, these funds are present across categories. So 2 of these funds are equity linked savings schemes fund. Then there is a large and mid cap fund, Mirae, and then mid cap and a small cap fund. The 3-year returns give you a much more stable and a better picture of how the fund has been performing. Now, let me show you the returns that I was able to get from these funds in the last 4 years. For the purpose of this video, I am just going to show you the percentage return, because the intent is not to talk about the overall or the absolute returns that I was able to generate, but to show you how these funds have performed for me in the past. Here you can see that the overall return that these funds are giving me is around 60%. You can see that there is a number mentioned in the bracket. This number shows the number of SIPs that I have done for this fund. So you can see that for these 4 funds, Mirae, L&T, Axis Long Term and Motilal, I have done almost around 47 to 49 SIPs, which means that I have been investing in these funds for 4 years now. Then I recently opened a new fund, which is Axis Mid Cap Fund. So this was opened in March of 2021, and let me say it clearly, this is not an investment advice. So you should not follow me or even anybody else. You should do your own research before you buy into any of these funds, because these funds should be selected based on how much risk you can take. Here I want to highlight 3 things. This is the current price of 1 unit of each of these funds. Then comes the investment price. This is the price at which these units were bought. So in case of Mirae Asset Emerging Blue Chip Fund, my average price comes out to be 58 rupees, which translates into an overall gain of 72%. This is a really good return if you look at the last 4 years, and you can see that all the other funds have also given me really good returns. So if you have watched this video till here, let me give you a bonus point for that. If you want to save yourself from the hassle of doing the research of investing into these large cap, mid cap or small cap funds and just want to buy one mutual fund, I would say go ahead with a good multi-cap fund, because it would invest across various market capitalizations of the companies. The second bonus point for you is go for a passive fund. A passive fund comes with a really low expense ratio, which means the commission on a passive fund is really low. Warren Buffett has even advocated for them that If you don't want to do any sort of research, just invest in a passive fund, which means you would be investing in the Indian growth story by investing in either a Nifty 50 benchmark or a Nifty Next 50 benchmark. So I hope you were able to get a better understanding of the mutual funds and different ways to invest in it. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the very simple strategy that I use to invest directly in the stock market. If the content of this video was useful, please press the like button. Do comment in the comment section on what topics should I be covering next. Do subscribe to the channel to get notifications for the upcoming videos. And please share this video with your family and friends so that they can also learn about this. Thank you for your time. See you in the next video.